The news of Shen Yue's marriage sent shockwaves across the entire entertainment world. Before we get into what Wang did right after hearing about it, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss any updates about your favorite stars. Because what happened after her wedding wasn't what anyone expected, and it revealed a side of Dylan that fans had never seen before. When Shen Yue officially confirmed her marriage, the internet nearly broke. For years, she and Wang had been one of the most beloved duos in Asian entertainment, two people whose chemistry on screen felt so natural, so deep, that fans were convinced there was something more. From their unforgettable days filming Meteor Garden to countless behind-the-scenes clips filled with laughter, stolen glances, and quiet tenderness, they weren't just co-stars, they were the dream pairing everyone rooted for. So when Shen Yue's wedding photos surfaced online, fans were torn between happiness and heartbreak. She looked radiant, dressed in a simple but elegant white gown, holding hands with the man who was now officially her husband, a non-celebrity whom she reportedly met through a close friend. The news spread across Weibo, TikTok, and Instagram in minutes. Comments poured in, "She deserves all the happiness in the world, but what about Dylan?" and "My heart is breaking for them both." At first, Wang didn't say a single word. His social media accounts went quiet, no posts, no likes, nothing. People waited, refreshing his page again and again, wondering how he would react. For years, fans had tied their names together, writing stories, editing videos, even calling them real-life Dao Mingxi and Shan Kai. It was more than just shipping, it was belief. Belief that what they shared might someday become real. But as the wedding photos kept circulating, one question echoed across every fan community: what did Dylan do when he found out? Insiders later revealed that Dylan had known about Shen Yue's engagement months before the public did. The two had remained in quiet contact over the years, not as lovers, but as two people who had once shared something unique, something that time and fame couldn't completely erase. According to one close friend, when Shen Yue told Dylan she was getting married, his first reaction wasn't anger or sadness. It was silence. Then, he smiled softly and said, "She's always wanted peace. I hope she finally found it." That single line said everything about Dylan's character. He didn't try to stop her. He didn't make dramatic gestures. Instead, he chose to respect her decision and step back with dignity. For someone constantly under public scrutiny, that restraint was rare, and it touched people who later heard about it. But what really shocked fans came a few days after her wedding. Wang posted something on his Weibo account that sent everyone into an emotional spiral. It wasn't a direct statement. There was no mention of Shen Yue's name. Instead, it was a simple photo of a sunset taken from a high-rise balcony, with a caption that read, "Some stories don't end, they just change chapters." That single post exploded. Fans flooded the comments, "Is this about Shen Yue? He's saying goodbye, and this broke me." Within hours, the post had over 2 million likes and tens of thousands of shares. Even though Dylan never confirmed what it meant, everyone knew. Behind the scenes, those close to Dylan say that he took some quiet time away from public life. He declined several interviews and even postponed one of his scheduled brand appearances. According to an insider, he wasn't sad in the dramatic sense. It was more like, reflective. He spent a lot of time alone, walking by the beach, sketching, reading. He needed space to process it all. Meanwhile, Shen Yue herself had kept things low-key after her wedding. She didn't flaunt her new life online. Instead, she shared a single, heartfelt message on her official account: "Love is quiet, simple, and real. That's how I want my life to be." It was classic Shen Yue, humble, soft-spoken, and deeply authentic. Then came the moment that melted everyone's hearts. A week after her wedding, Shen Yue posted a photo on her Instagram story, a beautiful shot of a bouquet of white lilies with no caption. It looked simple, but fans with sharp eyes noticed something important. The ribbon tied around the bouquet had a small tag that read, "Congratulations, Y." The letter Y immediately caught everyone's attention. Could it be from Wang, whose Chinese name, Wang Hedi, has D pronounced similarly to Yi? The timing and subtlety made fans certain that it was his quiet way of congratulating her. It wasn't loud or public, it was a private gesture of closure and kindness. A few days later, during a private event, a journalist asked Dylan about Shen Yue's marriage. Most expected him to dodge the question. Instead, he gave a calm, genuine response, "I'm happy for her. She deserves someone who makes her feel loved and safe. That's all I've ever wanted for her." That moment was pure class. No bitterness. No tension. Just grace. And in that instant, people realized how much he had grown, not just as an actor, but as a person. He didn't try to reclaim the spotlight or insert himself into her story. He simply honored it. But Dylan's actions didn't end there. A few weeks after that interview, online, their story has taken on a bittersweet life of its own. Fans create edits with the caption "Different Paths, Same Respect," showing clips of their old dramas side by side with their recent moments. It's not about rekindling romance anymore, it's about celebrating growth, maturity, and emotional honesty. Entertainment reporters who once thrived on rumors about the two have now shifted tone, often calling them the most graceful ex-screen partners in the industry. One journalist wrote, "In a world obsessed with scandals, Dylan and Shen Yue showed us that separation doesn't have to mean resentment, it can mean evolution." It's interesting how their lives, though separate, still seem to mirror each other. As Shen Yue settles into married life, embracing stability and love, Dylan continues to pour his heart into his work. Every new project of his carries a quiet emotional weight, as if he's learned something profound about life and love. And fans see it too. They often say, "There's something different in his eyes now." Not long ago, Dylan posted another cryptic message online: "Some people are no longer beside you, but they still walk with you in your memories." It instantly went viral. Many believe it was a final, poetic acknowledgement of Shen Yue, his way of closing one chapter with peace and gratitude. And perhaps that's what makes their story so powerful. It's not a fairy tale romance with a perfect ending. It's a real story about two people who cared deeply, grew together, and then gracefully let go when life took them in different directions. In a world where celebrity breakups often turn bitter, Dylan and Shen Yue's quiet mutual respect feels rare and inspiring. Even today, when her name comes up in interviews, Dylan always speaks of her with admiration. He once said, "She taught me a lot about patience and kindness. Those lessons never leave you." And that single sentence told fans everything. They were no longer a couple people could ship, but something even more meaningful, two souls who helped shape each other's lives. In the end, Shen Yue's marriage didn't break Dylan, it reminded him of who he is, someone capable of loving selflessly. And Shen Yue, through her calm grace, showed that love can take many forms, not all of them romantic, but all equally beautiful. Their story isn't about loss, it's about acceptance. It's about how sometimes the greatest love stories don't end in togetherness but in understanding. And as fans continue to follow their separate journeys, one thing remains certain: they will always be a part of each other's hearts, even from afar. Because true connection doesn't fade. It transforms. It finds peace. And for Dylan Wang and Shen Yue, that peace is the quiet beauty of letting go, with love.